And so I had a very interesting dream last night, I guess we'd say. And oh, please bear with me. I got to go. I'll be right back. I put a recording of that I made a couple of weeks ago, and I made one yesterday with the sun shining through the window that we opened up, and very bright coming through the glass with a kind of rainbow swath around it, and light, etc., and just singing "New You You." That was very clear and really nice. Now, hold on one second. Okay, interesting facts are I'm having a hard time with getting everything I'm doing on the same page with the same fullness and completeness. This is difficult to do even when you have the right equipment, but when you have to keep jumping from one software approach or vehicle of sharing, like computer, phone, internet, email, Skype, etc., like that, it's difficult. And in any case, okay, I had this dream, but what I did was get this idea that I got quoted phrases that I highlighted with exclamation point. And I called it "We Win!" exclamation point. But here's how it reads, because I just kind of wrote it in a free-form prose, and this is how it is. Meet the leaders, give the gift, write the story, live the dream, be a seer, win in the quest, enter the field, beach, and town, soccer ball, rhyme the poem, queen of peace, make the call, change the scene, play the game, on water and ice, fire breathers, the contest is on, enter the dragons, real play, the team's audience, gather the women, fans, and children, met the players, scouts and sages, born, torn, and tattered, capital letters, lost souls and best to last, play to win, better than ever, over their heads, on the way, higher, farther, on target, it's a goal, we've scored, and the sun comes out, everyone wins. Pass the keeper, be the rider. No one knows we're invisibles. Beyond the creation, solar eyes, stand on me, hear the song, metaphors of love, light, sound. Talk to the people, show them up. It's not what we say, all is the day. This is our poster, at no cost, simple phrases, share the story. All is an isness, be ever willing. To be, to see, to win. No one pays attention. No matter, be a seer, we win. Oh yeah, I like that. I forgot that the crowd doesn't have a voice to cheer with when we write things online and send them out, and there's very little response to these things. And so in any case, I put it out there today. And I'm going to find that one. 1 second. This was called the Solar New Ages. And what I was saying today was, and this week, there have been 3 events on 3 days in a row each, from January the 22nd, of a new day, a new wave, and a new month, and a new wake of the great new Genesis, if we will, just using words and trying to share. This was a predication of the new age, that is called the Aquarii. But we've had here 7 days of cold in the 30-degree line, south latitude, which has yet to abate, in fact. And I guess we have a couple more days, or it's gone down to 22 or so degrees in Florida. Completely unprecedented in this particular time and century. I also noted that there was a lineup of the sun and the solar position. That's today on January the 1st, 2025. 1/25/2025. And there's this song called In the Year 2525, and we were all barely alive. And then it goes on to 2525, and then I don't know, 50, 55, whatever, in other words, it's a projection of where things are going in the long run, in that sense. However, this cycles that I'm presenting are really something to do with the universal cycle that is not about limitation, and it's a universal awareness, not the local solar awareness of the solar system and planets that we're supposedly surrounded by in the orbits of our sun. The greater orbit of our solar position is, of course, much greater, and very few are identifying with that. And that is something that we're doing or sharing in a certain kind of way that may not have the exact presentation that I'm sharing, and it's not in conflict or any of that. I'm not trying to be at all differentiated agnostically or so forth. In any case, the other event that happens around March the 25th this year is alignment of the solar position, but with the solar system planets of Saturn and Neptune that have been in the sign of Pisces, see the Pi, or Pisces the fish, and all is moving into the Aries, Arias, I called it, which is something like the hero or heroine. But in this case, because of this, it is also lining up with what I call the reptilian alienation or spiritual republic e-village, and or institutionalism of a Saturnian simulated program, media, and interactive satellite control domination, something like Lord of the Rings and Mordor establishment, dark agenda. Words. So this is, their agenda profile that is being experienced and shared. But this is all political, business, government, economic, and religious nonsense for the most part that is being accepted by the populations. Even the ones that aren't included in this circle, and actually in some ways being ostracized, which we've noticed because of certain so-called proclamations of law that have been put forth in the last few days. And everyone is supposed to accept this without agreement or associative complement. Wow. There it is, the prison planet activity and or the solar system generation. And also, though, all within this is our Genesis genus, I call it, but it's new you presentations that started 60 years ago. And I think I read that yesterday. I don't quite remember which one I read yesterday. Maybe Val, could you remind me? Did I present what started 60 years ago?
I don't remember that you did.
Okay.
No.
Is it too much to continue, or should I just?
Go
That's
ahead, a little
enough.
bit more. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I wrote. This is the Genesis message revelations that started 60 years ago, the evil age, who, what, where, serial, let Manson and what's his name, Sam, and serial killers go. They killed JFK, MLK, and Robert Kennedy. New York City public media attention, medications by default, the war against drugs and war, the media takeover of news, weather, and sports, social mafia by More for Me, and all but the Grateful Dead, Woodstock hippies, the God's Democracy by Pluto, that is a plutocracy of the Saturn Lord Rings, and Souls Lost, All-Star Rockers, Marley, Prince, Michael, Guthrie, Mercury, Lennon, Hendrix, Cook, Holy, Elvis, and Gay, among others. The 2024 trumpeter, Murdoctor, Bellgate, Bozo, Bezos, Puppet, Nixon, Johnson, Bush, Ford, Reagan, Muskrat, Amazonia, Gogli, Zuckerberg, Money, Verrazano, Verizon, that is, Man Insanity, Monsanto, Walmart, Wally World, cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, pulpits of addiction, advertising, attackitude, and monopoly, the game, sports, I can't read that, movies, television, computers, AI, report, return, reincarnate, recycle, rebirth, or be true, real, pure, good, grow, green, great, or GMO, HARP, chemtrail, control weather, by Pope, Queen, presidents, governments, laws, influence, the receiver, deceiver, by Betelgeuse, Andromeda, Sylvia, Lilith, and the galaxy, galactic, so-called force powers and objectivities, or as the cool cats, hippies, mystics, savants of one heart, one love, one nations, Christ, Allahs. Oh, that's a big mouthful of nothing. And I joked about it, saying, I don't know who nothing is, but I know he's nuts, that's for sure. And I kind of like him, but you know, what can you say? I know that I had a friend tell me that he's tried to tell everyone about this Candida diet, Cain did, and the family members and females in his orbit, and they don't listen. They don't want to listen, and they're telling him that he's wrong. But he's cleaning out, and he says he's got 2/3 of all the parasites out of his system. Or the I don't have the quote. I think he said the parasites, and I guess we'd say the heavy metal accumulation and the candidas that cause allergies, asthmas, and the rest of that. So that's kind of one of the people who wants to become real aware, and he's still using the frameworks, the old frameworks. And whenever I try to ask him about getting on Skype, he jumps right away, or he doesn't acknowledge that. As he says that he's concerned about it somewhere, but maybe he's also got that same concern that many have, that is that they're going to be we're being observed and Google-eyed and therefore objectified and obfuscated, all of the above. And so to get even this little message out, I attempted that with a video with the light today on the phone, and I only received one comment back: let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in, from a musician that I know here, who's also written a huge number of songs. And I met him at the golf course. He was caretaking the course. I had a part-time job there, and while he liked to go out and play, and we made friends, etc. And he was going out with his van, and he would go places and be a musician, playing his songs, which are like a country western or some style like that, more modern than I'd say mine are. That like that, but again, he's another one that he also is taking care of dogs and animals on his property. Evidently, he's got quite a large number, and so he takes them in, and it's pretty cool. It's just a small network, and who can say, it might take 1 year, 3 months, 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I don't know. But that's what we're doing. And it's good to have some kind of it's really good to have some kind of a vehicle, and create a vehicle or work with this new, well, the way it is. So today I drove down to the store and back, and I do that kind of almost each day. And I know that if I am able to predict 5 numbers and get them on one line, which I'm able to do, but not always when I paid for a ticket, and that is another created vehicle. So in any case, then on the way home, I had my vehicle was broke. That is not the stereo was not working properly. I had 4 speakers, but only one was playing. But in the last week, it has rebooted itself somehow, and now it's sounding through the speakers. It sounds really good, and I guess I'm going to be allowed to listen to music again somewhat while I'm driving, which has been a cause of concern. I had something happen when I wasn't paying attention, and to using my phone, etc. That was problematic, but instructional. And so I've been avoiding being distracted from that and actually almost anything else. It's a very good idea. In any case, so I'm riding home. I had this song called "You Move Me." It's a Christian song. I didn't write it. It was written by a man named Pierce Pettis, interestingly enough. And it's really beautiful. And it goes like, "You move me, you, 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 and that's my new you today." Thanks, Val.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, your friend's right about, we all know we're being monitored, but even to the point where I was just watching this YouTube video about the supercomputers and how they can, and they have been collecting information, one obviously on the internet, about our responses, our thoughts, and feelings. It can pick up things like that, and also physically too. I'm not sure how they're doing it. We visit the doctor or somehow, or through the weather manipulation, but they're picking up even to the molecules and atoms in our bodies. They can duplicate our, physical, emotional, mental states, and able to, for control or duplication, cloning, things like that. So it's going on. We'll see what happens here.